Hey now! What is up, everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka Review King MB, and this is the beginning of my 31 days of horror movie reviews. And I just got back from the theater after seeing Barbarian. After the endless amounts of reviews and people telling me, dude, you gotta check this out. This is one of the best horror movies of the year. I decided, why not start this list off with a current, more recent horror film? Barbarian is a 2022 film that was written and directed by Zach Krager. And the plot. Now, I'm going to do my absolute best by not giving any spoilers away, not getting too heavy in details as far as the plot. I've never even really seen the trailer for this movie. So, again, I don't want to reveal anything major. But the general premise is that we meet this character, Tess, and Keith. The two of them have accidentally, indirectly booked the same Airbnb, right? So they both get there and it's like, shit, this is awkward. But of course, because it's an Airbnb, who owns this fucking house, right? Like, what's really going on in the depths of what could be going on in someone's home? And that's what works the best about this movie. Let me just jump right into the fact that I really enjoyed this film. Like, a lot. I did. There's so many things that I enjoyed. I think the writing is very strong. The directing is very strong for this. I liked a lot of things about it, a lot of aspects about it. I liked the characters. I liked the acting. I liked the twists and turns that the story took. But the plot, the premise in it of itself, Airbnbs are a very current and recent thing in today's society, right? Where if you go somewhere, if you're trying to find a place that's cheaper than a hotel or more convenient, or just, I'm only going to be here for the night, I'm going to check out, Airbnbs are the way to go. Now, this is, I think, the second horror movie that I've ever seen that uses the Airbnb plot to further the horror that is to come. But it's such a great premise. It's so easy to think about it. If you're a person that wants to do fucked up things to someone, what's the easiest way to get them to come back to your house than to have an Airbnb where they just show up, literally victims delivered to your doorstep in order for bad shit to happen? Now, what I like the most about especially the Tess character, she's played by Georgina Campbell, who I was trying to figure out, where do I recognize this damn actress from? I know I've seen her before. It was racking my head the entire film. And then I looked her up and I realized, oh, she was on that TV show Krypton. Right? Krypton, yeah. The prequel to Superman and whatever the hell. But she was really good here. Acting-wise, yes, she was great. But even her character, how apprehensive she was in the beginning, how nervous she was, how much she didn't trust people that she didn't know, right? Somebody who she took precautions. She actually acted like a smart, intelligent person should and usually don't do in these horror films. Now, granted, there's a couple of instances later on to where maybe you could argue she did some dumb things, but I understood why she did it. I understood where she was coming from. Bill Skarsgård plays this character, Keith, and Bill Skarsgård is a very interesting actor in general, right? Because yes, besides the fact that he has played Pennywise in the It remakes, he just has something about him where he seems like a nice guy, he seems like a friendly guy, he's good looking, but he also has this weird thing about him too, right? He also has this weird thing either with his eyes or just the way that he can talk, and it's just, I don't 100% believe him. Justin Long is in this movie as AJ, and Justin Long is one of those guys that I have seen forever in a bunch of movies. I met Justin Long quite a while ago in Boston, but anyways, it was nice to see him in this movie. You know, I feel like I haven't seen him in anything that big or major other than a Kevin Smith movie, maybe, right? But it was nice to see him here. His character was very interesting, very different, and I think the way how he was written and the way that he played it was sort of refreshing with the take that they do with the character. Also, another actor I want to mention really quick, Richard Brake, who, if you've seen a Rob Zombie film, chances are you've seen this guy in any of the movies. So again, I don't want to get too much further into plot moments or anything that could be interpreted as a spoiler, even if I don't feel like it is. I was impressed with the movie, with the tension, the suspense. There was a couple of moments of levity that worked. It wasn't forced, but they didn't go with a million jump scares. They didn't go with the obvious things. They didn't have to, you know. And it's refreshing to get more horror movies that aren't about ghosts, aren't about demons, aren't about supernatural stuff. Occasionally that stuff can work and it can be great. And if it's done well, yes, sure, fine. But a lot of the time, some of the scariest movies, in my opinion, are just a fucking crazy person that is dangerous. This movie is rated R. There are some violent kills and some violent moments. Anyways, guys, I highly recommend Barbarian. I give it a full price. Let me know in the comments below if you have seen Barbarian. What did you think of it? Did you like it? Did you love it? If you haven't seen it, though, are you interested? Are you curious about said film? Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later! Please won't you save my desires on fire? Sometimes you need a little peace at home. On fire, that's so wired. Come follow me and I can lose you. Come follow me and take a trip to the dark side. Wait